Alright people, here we go. The battlefield. Over here we have a deployment zone which has not been designated as such. And over here we have the other, which is yet to be designated.
Spoiler alert, that's mine.
Woohoo! There we go. So we've got objective here, back corner. Over here we've got an objective. Bit of a line of sight blocking terrain in the middle. And another objective. As we cruise down to the back here. Got one more objective marker there. Both sides of the table have a large piece of line of sight blocking terrain and a small piece. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the battlefield. Are you excited?
Very.
I knew it.
Big Kev level of excitement.
Big Kev died of excitement. Alrighty guys, we have rolled off camera, and we have rolled up the Eternal War mission, Frontline Warfare. Now I'll show you guys on the camera. This is the deployment setup. If I can get the glare to not be so crazy. There we go. So basically, you have an objective in each of your deployment zones, and you have two kind of skewed from the center of the battle off each flank. And the goal is to hold those objectives with your life, essentially.
It's actually to take you alive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, so we've got, with that, you've got the standard rules. You've got hold one objective for 5 points, hold two, you get 10. And if you hold more than your opponent, you also get another 5. So you can actually score that from holding just 2 objectives if you're really, really cunning. And Drukhari can tend to be quite cunning. We've also got a second objective we can take, which I'm not going to read because neither of us are going to take it. So if you really want to know what that is, open up your rule books, people. Check them out. So yeah, we'll roll off just quickly. I didn't bring a dice with me. Give me 1 second, I'll grab a dice and we'll see who is attacker and defender. There we go. Alright.
No, I'm getting the big one.
Alright. Well, I rolled a 1, so. 3. Alright, would you like to be the attacker or the defender?
It doesn't actually matter. It's
well,
completely irrelevant.
Well, actually, technically, the defender gets to pick the deployment zone. But the attacker gets to set up the first model.
I will defend.
Okay, so you get to pick the deployment zone.
Because the tanks ignore line of sight, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty brutal. So that would mean that me being the attacker, I talk about my army first.
Sure.
So we'll get my army out, we'll run through that with you guys. First thing I'm going to talk about is the 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, because they are the only vehicles in my list. They each have 2 entropy cannons and the heavy slugger. The reason they're in my list is for a little bit of indirect shooting, and I also needed some ranged anti-tank. Like, I think my army can deal with vehicles up close and personal quite well. It's just when it comes to the ranged killing of vehicles. With this table though too, we've actually got some pretty good line of sight blocking, so he might be able to be quite manoeuvrable, and I'll be reliant on shooting over the tops of things. But either way, they're there. The second monkey in the room are these guys here, which are Chaos Spawn. I have spent the CP to give them grandfatherly influence.
Oh my god.
I know.
So, what that does.
So basically, it gives them disgustingly resilient, and they get +1 toughness. But against your particular army,
it's gonna be good. I'm only got strength 2 on most of my guns.
Strength, yeah. So yeah, poison kind of gets around toughness quite well. But I think if I was making a list, which I was going to take to like a comp or something like that would definitely be the thing to do. What it will actually do is reduce a little bit of the damage that comes in. So if you've got damage 2 guns, they'll be back to 1. That's about the best thing I think I can get out of that one. Now let's talk about some HQs. we have got Typhus. And he's actually Typhus, not a regular old Lord of Contagion. Originally in the list I did have a Lord of Contagion because I'm not actually running the Harbingers, I'm playing as the Ferrymen, and I'll explain that shortly why that is. But I wanted Typhus in here because I wanted some more Psychic, because I've been playing with Mortarion a lot, and he's basically for me my Psychic dude and my little Aura man, not so much my damage dealing mean machine. And I felt when I put this list together I was just a little bit short on some Psychic, so I threw Typhus in there instead of the Lord of Contagion because I'm also running up quite a few Poxwalkers, and Typhus just helps them out a little bit as well. And he's also got some of the cool things that the Lord of Contagion has, but he actually has an extra attack as well.
I think he stinks.
I love it. Very well played. And he's also got that really cool thing where he can do mortal wounds on you.
The bees are OP now.
Yeah.
It's changed completely.
It's
just like roll a D6.
This goes, whoosh, mortal wounds, it's in the command phase, you're too close to me, bro. Boom. Say goodnight. And obviously, I mentioned Poxwalkers. I've got 3 units of 14 Poxwalkers as my troops. Now to take troops as Poxwalkers as troops, you need to have some either Bubonic Astartes units in there. So I'll talk about them right now. We've got 2 squads of 3 Death Shrouds. And I did give them both the chimes to give them that extra 3 inches on their contagion range. So those guys are pretty good because they give you that ability to do that stratagem which puts a contagion onto them, and then it gets put out further again for an extra turn's height, and then you've got the additional 3 inches again. So from turn 3 basically I can have a 12-inch aura with them. And being the Ferryman, I've taken the contagion which gives a half move range to my opponent, which is very strong regardless of what you're playing against. The ability to stop things moving away from you so you can catch up to them, or even just stopping them getting onto objectives. If you position properly, you can actually really mess with people's heads a lot.
Say g'day to Heroic Intervention.
Heroic Intervention is good fun.
Since they can only move 3 most things.
Mm.
Mine ignore that, so it's completely irrelevant. But
Yeah. Yep. And then we've got a squad of 6 Blightlord Terminators. Now, I've spent a CP on the champion to get the Plague Bringer Sword. It's more for fluff, but I think it is just cool. It does give him... His normal sword's normally strength 5 with neg 3 AP 1 damage. This becomes strength 6, neg 3 damage, AP with 2 damage. And it also has something that can affect your leadership if I kill you. But that's not too much of a problem because you can become immune to that at some point. I've also got a Blight Launcher and a guy with flails in that unit, and everyone else is armed with axes. So back to some HQs and some characters. We've got the Lord, the army's Warlord, which is the Demon Prince. He is rocking the Hellforged sword. And he also has the wings, because I've modeled with wings and I do like the extra 2 inches movement and being able to jump over things. It comes in useful. His relic is the Suppurating plate. Remember that is?
Suppurating.
Suppurating. I like that word now. Suppurating plate. That's to give him a 2+ in armor save, and if I get wounded by you in combat, he can put a mortal wound onto your guys. The other thing he's got is the Warlord trait, which is
+1 toughness.
Rotten Constitution.
Oh.
Yeah, it gives you +1 toughness, and any AP 1 and 2 is ignored. So I'll be on a 2+ save if he's got AP 1 or 2. So that should keep me alive a little bit longer.
A lot longer.
A lot longer. And then the third HQ we've got is a Sorcerer, Chaos Sorcerer. He has actually been spent a CP to get Arch Contaminator, so he can give the reroll Plague Weapon zone.
Oh yeah, that's just all plague weapons, right?
Yeah. So it makes, instead of plague weapons being reroll 1 to hit wounds, they become reroll all failed wounds, or reroll wounds. Technically is the worded now. He's also got the Gift of Contagion and Gift of Plagues. that's the psychic power that gives you the extra distance on your contagion range. And he's also got one that makes your strength lower, all that sort of thing. Then my last two characters, we've got a Taliman. Now he has got a CP spent on him to get the droning, which is the contagion range, which does the neg movement. So he's my guy carrying that. I didn't spend a CP to give him the relic that gives me the 6s to hit, give an extra hit, only because they're my only unit that can use it, and it's kind of, I don't really see the whole point in it for them.
I like giving him the thing you gave the Sorcerer, because then he rerolls hits and wounds.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do the reroll hit thing. He's just...
Oh, they changed it.
It's the +1 to hit now. Oh. Yeah, so he gave the Terminators 2 pluses to hit. But these guys have 2 plus to hit in common anyways.
It's a bit shit.
Water hits. But anyways, long story short. And the last one, and he's the man of the list.
He's going to get sniped
himself.
Turn 2.
He is the foul Blight Spawn. Now I have spent 10 points on him to give him Vicious Death. That gives his flamethrower thing additional strength, so that's strength 8 now, and allows me to reroll the amount of shots that it rolls for auto hits. For free.
Viscous.
Viscous Death, if you want to be technical. I've also spent a CP on him to give him Revolting Stench Vats. That gives me the 6-inch bubble that denies basically any abilities you have from charging me. It also stops Cult of Strife from getting the go first always thing.
Well, I'm not Cult of Strife.
Oh well, lucky. He's because it's an aura as well, and I'm playing the Ferrymen, I can spend the CP on him to make that 6-inch bubble become a 12-inch bubble.
You've already spent 50 CP before the game, so
but this is during the game. This is during.
You're not gonna have any left.
I'm gonna have 6 to start with. I'm hoping the Taliman can give me some back. And I'm actually going to spend a CP on him now, which will take me down to 6, and I'm going to give him the Warlord trait that denies auras. So he'll have that 3-inch aura as well.
Doesn't he have a Warlord trait?
Yeah, he does. So he's the
You can only do that once.
What?
Yeah. Space Marines just hand him out all day long.
Okay, well I'm taking that off then.
Yeah, I was very annoyed.
I did not realise that, and I do apologise to the people watching this. So I'm back to 7 CP. Excellent. 7's the noble number anyway, so I'm happy with that. So we'll go over to Mr. Zak and talk about Zak's army, and then we'll talk about our secondaries.
Yeah.
Excellent. Alright, let's talk about the Drukhari.
Yeah. So most of my stuff, the new editions aren't painted, so I didn't bring it, or I haven't converted it up yet. But yeah, I just brought what I had. So I got the Alliance of Agony with the 3 HQs.
This is Real Space Raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I went with the Jin Blade and Hatred Eternal.
Nice.
My Archon, the Blast Pistol. Then with the Succubus, we went with the Hecatrix Whip or whatever, the Triptech Whip.
Triptech Whip.
Yeah, and then she's got the Exploding Sixes, do mortal wounds to hit.
Yep.
The Homunculus is just, he's bare bones. He's got the
upgrade.
The thing that heals racks is his Warlord trait.
Yep.
Has
he got the upgrade though, so he can
yeah.
other dudes?
Yeah.
Have they all got it?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be stupid not to.
Nah, yeah, might as well.
Then we got
adds a lot to your list.
2 units of 10 witches. They've got 1 of each special weapon, and even throw in a Torment grenade launcher.
Nice. Very nice.
We got 2 5-man warrior squads with a blaster and a Torment. We've got 2 raiders, just bare bones, for the witches to go in. Got a unit of 5 grotesques.
Of course you go.
Yeah, and I gave them all the flamers.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Deep striking them?
No.
No, just gonna
probably not. Yeah. Then Then we got a unit of 6 jet bikes with 2 heat lancers and 2 caltrops things, whatever they call
them. When you charge, you do the mortal wounds. Yeah. Something talon, grab talon. Is that
it's like cluster caltrops or something.
That's when you leave combat. That's when you throw.
Oh right. Yeah.
The grab talons when you charge in. I think it's 4+. Does 1 mortal wound and 6 to get D3. I think that's how it goes. Anyways, they're cool.
Unit of 10 Hellions. They don't have anything special about them. Unit of 10 racks with the weird word upgrade, so that they ignore the first wound, like homunculus sights or something.
Yeah, homunculus sights.
And there's 2 flamers in there. 3 actually, yeah, because the sergeant's got 1.
Yep. Nice.
Then we got the BDB Void Raven bomber with the upgraded missiles.
Nice.
Doesn't
look like a Void Raven.
It's the chassis of the Razor Wing, because I prefer
you've actually got the guns on.
Got the actual big dick missile down the bottom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very nice.
Customly converted. Yeah.
I take it back.
He's running the Lancers. Then we got 5 Deadly Venoms, which will be part of the Technomancer.
Dark Technomancer.
And I'm doing Poison Tongue for my Cabalites.
Is that for the redeploy?
It's mainly just for the 3+ poison.
Yeah.
And on the Witch Cult is the
strength one?
Yeah.
The blade.
Cursed blade.
Yep. Nice. That's the one with where if you roll a save on a 6-up, I take a mortal wound. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they're pretty cool. That's the one I actually like the best because
it's got the best stratagem in the game in it as well.
And you can
throw grenades in Overwatch.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they thinking? Oh my god.
And I like about them too, like it really with witches, the strength drug's the one you really want to do.
I run my witches with strength 5 usually, because against Space Marines they don't like it at all.
No.
It's just
definitely.
And against the attacks that are winning.
Against Death Guard, you're gonna be winning on 4s, which not a lot of things can do, like infantry wise. So what's definitely gonna be interesting. And then you got natural AP neg 1 now, and then on a 6 you get AP neg 2. Just add it up over time.
Yeah. Unless I'm fighting your Demon Prince.
Unless you're fighting Demon Prince, in which case it's just nothing.
Thanks for playing.
No worries. Just don't charge them into the Demon Prince.
And then I got a blob of 20 warriors that don't have anything.
Oh yeah? They're just gonna sit on the table and just chill. Nice.
Because when I'm facing really tough, I thought I was going to be fighting Waddy today, that's why I brought him, because even against Magnus back in the day, if they'd kill him in 2 rounds of shooting, because it's just 40 shots times 2, you're dead now. Yeah,
absolutely. I used to love the Venoms back then too, when you'd come against Morty and Magnus, you'd just be like, oh, which one do I want to kill this time? They just take everything out, but I think the way the game's changed now with wounds being given out a lot more, the poisoned has lost a little bit of its effectiveness, but I do think taking the Venoms now to the damage 2 has helped that out a lot. But against Death Guard, it's like redundant.
If I had more Raiders, then I'd take them over the Venoms.
Yeah, I'm liking a bit of a mixture actually, because I do like the Dark Lancers now. I think have been fixed for the most part. The biggest problem I used to find with them is you roll a hit. Sometimes you'll fuck up your wounding, but then when you come to roll damage, every time, I swear to God, a 1.
And with the new Covens, the other 2, they both have a reroll to hit or wound.
Yes.
So that's super helpful.
Yep. The Cabals, Blackheart lets you reroll a hit, and then the one that does the range, the extra range, can't think of the name of them off the top of my head. But they get the extra wound, which I think is pretty good. And a lot of them have good stratagems as well, like the Black Heart one, it's 0 CP and it makes your opponent, if you've got a clutch stratagem you use all the game, it then makes them spend an extra CP. So against Imperial Knights, when you want to rotate Iron Shields, that's just going to suck.
Or Transhuman Physiology is the one I do it on usually.
Physiology, yeah, there's lots of them. Every army sort of has one that they kind of use a lot. And it's just a nice way to just go and 0 CP. So you can go to CP and just go, yeah, sweet, just do it. But anyways, yeah, nice list. So there should be some fun to be had.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll remove these guys and then we'll go through our secondaries. Excellent. So secondaries, I have gone with Attrition. Being a very resilient army, I'm hoping to have not many units die each turn or kind of make Zak have to work to kill more than me. And he's got lots of smaller fragile units, so I'm hoping each turn I can get a little bit more kills than him. So that'll be 4 points each time I do that. Then I've also gone Bring It Down. I won't be able to max this one out because the way Bring It Down works now, vehicles, if they're 11 or more wounds, you get 2 points, and if they're less than that, you get, so 10 or less wounds, you end up get 1 point. So with Zak's army, the plane is the only thing that has 2 victory points. Everything else is 1. I think we worked out it was 9 all up. I think. So you got 5 venoms.
Yeah, it's 9
Yeah,
points.
9. Yeah, 9 points. So I can get max on that one. And the third one is to piss on my objectives with the Death Guard special stratagem.
Poxwalkers are gonna die for the greater good.
Yeah. I'll stand on there. I can either roll the 4+,
You just kill them.
or I could take D3 mortal wounds.
Just kill them.
Yeah, that's all they do. They're good for. And it's the only, they can't actually raise the banners anyway, because I was going to do raise the banners, and then I was like, they actually can't. They can only do that actual interaction one, so I might as well do it. So Zak has gone with Assassinate. So each time he kills one of my characters, he can get 3 points. I've got 5 characters in my army, so he can max that one out at 15. The other one he's got is Abhor the Witch.
Actually, I'll swap Assassinate for Pray They Don't Take You Alive because it's exactly the same now that I think about it. It's just I gotta kill you in melee. And I also get 1 point if I kill any other unit in melee. So it's...
What do you mean?
So Assassinate, I could shoot someone to death.
Right.
But if I kill them in melee, with its Dark Elder, a Drukhari specific one.
Okay, alright, we'll go Pray They Don't...
Oh, no.
Alright, alright. Stick with Assassinate. Alright, Assassinate's back.
Abhor the Witch.
Yeah. So with Abhor the Witch, there was the FAQ thing that came out. Characters are now 3 victory points and units are 1, I think it was. But doesn't matter, I've only got 3 character ones. So each of them are worth 3 victory points. So that's Typhus, the Demon Prince, and the Chaos Sorcerer. So that's possible 9 he can get there. And the one that Drukhari is basically renowned for, and if you play Drukhari and you do not take this one, you need to take a long hard look at your life.
I generally never take it.
What? Are you serious?
We're not playing the tournament rules. I always take Scramblers over Engage.
Scramblers pretty good. Engage on all fronts, anyways. Yeah. So if he's within a table quarter and more than 6 inches from the center, he gets
impossible to be within 6 of the center.
3 victory points, I think it is, or 2 victory points, and then if it's 4 table quarters, it's
3.
It's 3.
Yeah.
So, being fast army, you can just smash that out. Like the models don't have to be alive at the end of my turn; they just have to be there at the end of his. So, yeah, excellent. So that's our secondaries. We'll have a little quick look-see at the battlefield, and then we'll get our game cranking out for tomorrow's video.
Roll some bones.
Yeah, should be awesome. All right, we'll see you all soon. Righto guys, welcome back. Here we are on the battlefield. I've got one of my Plague Burst Crawlers set up behind here. I've got my Blightlords in the middle of the table, along with all of the Poxwalkers, Typhus, the Demon Prince, and both of the Virons, or whatever they're called, Virons of Pain, or whoever they are. Fartboy and the other guy, essentially. Over there, I've got my other 2 Plague Burst Crawlers, and underneath that building we've got some Spawn. Over on Zak's side, we've got Hellions. We've got the not Land Raider, the Raider. What's in this one? Witches?
I don't have to tell you.
Oh, alright, well I'm guessing...
Yeah, we've got a unit of Witches and a Succubus.
And in that Venom, we've got, I'm guessing the Cable Lights with the Blaster.
These 2 are the ones with the Warriors.
The Warriors with Blasters, so that's got nothing?
Yep.
Okay. Now here we've got the Blob of 20. We've got the hammock sites, I think that's what they are, there. And the grotesque in front of them. Down the back here, we've got another empty one.
Yeah.
Then we've got the bike dudes. Got another empty venom, is it?
Yep.
Then we've got a raider filled with more witches.
And the Archon.
And an Archon. And over here we've got the plane. So Zach and I have rolled off, and I rolled highest and have opted to go first. The only downside with that is, with my attrition, I'm going to have to just kill as much as possible and hope he doesn't overtake me. So he's going to be able to know exactly how much to kill in order to stop me getting attrition. But other than that, should be a pretty good game. Alright, good luck. Okay, essentially in movement, everything kind of just shuffled forward and moved towards the middle of the table. This unit here, they didn't actually move much, they just shuffled around and then they did their D3, take their mortal wounds. They lost 3 of them, but I got the banner, so that will give me 3 points. 3 or 4? 3. I don't know, I can't remember. 3, let's say for now. Everyone else shuffled that way. These 2 vehicles move this way. They're going to be able to see this raider down here pretty nicely. This one moved over here, and it's hoping to shoot that other raider down there. Basically, if I can slow the witches down, that'll make my life a lot easier. But if I don't kill them, I don't kill them. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Righto, so like an imbecile, I forgot to do my psychic powers and all my command phase stuff. So I did not roll to get an extra command point from my tallyman, nor did I give my Terminators a 2+ to hit. So that is on me. Otherwise though, my shooting phase, like the 2 Plague Burst Crawlers did their shooting down here. He put lightning fast reactions onto that raider. And I rolled really low and ended up only taking 3 wounds off him. And I took a single wound off him with one of the stubbers off the front of one of them. Down this end, however, this guy here went ballistic. He shot down, blew up that raider, which hasn't been removed yet. I think he took the venom by mistake. Oh no, he hasn't. So I blew up that raider.
Decided that it's still alive.
Okay, in that case it's fine. So I blew up that raider, and I didn't actually get to shoot the rest of the guns. And the witch guys jumped out. None of them died, but they took down a Hellion with them on the way, and the venom I think took 1, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the venom took 1 wound from that. Down here, the Blightlord Terminators shot their guns at these warriors and killed 3. So far I got a single kill for attrition. So if Zach manages to kill 2 of my units, he will not lose. Well, I will not gain points for attrition. So that's his goal this turn, which, being Drukhari, I think he should be able to manage quite well.
Hopefully.
Over to you. Oh, and those guys passed their leadership as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alright, over Zach. Alright, we had a lot going on that turn, so Zach moved his Hellions from behind here over to here. They then shot down a few of the Poxwalkers, and then they charged the Poxwalkers and the Terminators. The Terminators took some kills from the Void Lancers from here, and they also lost the guy in combat. They passed leadership. Now they killed a couple of guys with the sword, which is the Plague Bearer, Plague something or other sword, can't think of the name of it. Plague Bringer. So he killed 3 of them, so they counted as 3 more for their attrition. I then also put the stratagem on to make them neg 4 to their leadership. So he then lost 1 from failing leadership, and then was it another 1? So then yeah, he's lost 2. They then passed their leadership and they're okay. These guys are immune to leadership tests, so they don't have to bother. This guy dropped his bomb. He also took out a couple of wounds off the Terminators. He dropped this guy down to 1 wound. I think he took wounds off either 1 or both of the Poxwalker units. I can't remember.
Both, yeah,
both of them. And then Typhus also took some wounds from it. So yeah, he dropped it basically right here, and it was just like this little bubble of death. So did quite well. I'm glad you can only use it once per game, right? Yeah. Otherwise that thing would be super, super broken. Down here, he actually failed to get any wounds on either of the Plague Burst Crawlers. And down here, this guy was also failed to wound. Over here though, the Chaos Spawn, which had run out and was standing on that objective, are now dead. They got shot to death with Heat Lancers, the overcharging...
No, just Splinter Weapons and Flamers, that was it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, the Heat Lancers shot down at the vehicles and missed horrendously. And overall for the whole turn, even though I took a lot of casualties, he only killed the one unit. So, and that's all he needed to stop me getting attrition. So that was 0 points for my attrition. Zak, however, got the table quarters. So he's in this quarter, that quarter, that quarter, that quarter. So he got full for that. He didn't get any primaries just yet because it was still turn 1. But going to turn 2, he's looking like he may hold 3 unless I can pull something. As for... what was your other one? Assassinate before the Witch. Not yet, but that's still that's more of a late game thing for him. Until then, it's now over to my turn 2, and I promise this time I will not forget to do my auras.
He's lying.
Or my psychic tests. Okay, fantastic. Let's do this. Righto, so we have my movement phase and command phases as well. Command phase I brought back, was it 5 I got back from that unit? Yep. I also remembered to roll my CP thing for my Tallyman. I got the CP back, and I spent it straight away with that. The other CP I spent to make his 12-inch bubble, so if anything charges me in that range, or any kind of combat bonuses they get from doing that sort of thing is now negated. And I'm also within 3 inches so I can make those Hellions fight last as well. Down here, the Demon Prince, he's scooting over this way. He's going to assault this aircraft if all else fails with shooting it. Over here, those guys just basically sat where they are, shuffled a little bit. Over here, Typhus and these guys moved up towards the enemy. Boom. I had a squad of Death Shrouds with the Librarian, sorry, not Librarian, Sorcerer. They drop down into the fray over here. Getting ready to I'll charge either of those units, depending. And the other squad of Death Shroud come down over here next to these Plague Burst Crawlers. If they don't pop over in this tank, I'm going to have to charge it, which is still a long shot. But then if the Witches jump out, they're likely going behind, which is going to make an even longer charge. So, just depends. Depends what happens. I've got to kill it first, so I won't count my chickens until they hatch. Huh? And yeah, so I scored also the 5 points for holding this objective. Hopefully at the end of this turn I will be able to kill some stuff off his objectives, so he will no longer hold 3, which will mean 15 points for Zak. Even if I can drop it down 2 of those units, I can maybe get some of this off there, or these guys up here. At least then you'll only have 1 objective, so you get 5. That's probably the best option I'm thinking for me at this stage. So yes, we'll see what happens now. I'll do my psychic powers while I'm actually here physically doing things. We'll see that I do not forget them all the time. The first one we've got, what's it called? Curse of the Leper was on, no it wasn't, it was the one that does the mortal wounds. It was on the Demon Prince. That's what I'm looking for. That's on the Demon Prince. It is an 18-inch one, I think. Okay. So I'm going to hit the Witches. Warp Charge 6. Oh no! Okay, well that's a fail. I'm going to put Miasma of Pestilence onto the Death Shroud. Right here. From the Sorcerer, warp charge of 6. Okay, they have got an egg 1 to hit. Or to be hit, I should say. The other power he's got is the Putrescent Vitality, which gives me the +1 strength and toughness. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a smite. Which unit's probably closest to him? Probably them, actually. Yeah. Alright, warp charge of 5. Oh, he failed. Aye. Alright. And last, we've got Typhus, who has the... Actually, that guy has the Gifts of Plagues, which is not... The toughness one was on the Typhus, I do apologise. I've lost the card somewhere. Oh, it's over there. Putrescent Vitality is going on to them. Warp charge of 7. Oh, that's a cocked one. I got 8. So they get the +1 toughness and strength. And Gift of Contagion that gives you neg to your strength and stuff. I'm going to do that on that unit. Or should I do a smite? Having neg strength and attacks on Grotesque could be better. I think I'll go for that. So looking at warp charge 5. So on an 8+, he also gets reduced attacks. So here we go. So we've got 6 I've passed. So he's just lost strength but not attacks. So those guys are neg 1 strength.
You mean my poison weapons are at neg 1 strength now? No.
Oh, in combat? Oh yeah, true. Anyways, should be neg 1 damage would have been good. Neg 1 attacks would have been the best. That's it with my psychic phase. I actually remembered this turn, and I'm feeling pretty good for myself. Righto, so we did our close combats. It was going to be obvious that the Terminators and that were going to deal with those Hellions. What they did do, they stopped me from getting onto the objective for a turn, so they kind of did their job. Down here, I thought the Demon Prince would be able to finish off the plane. But the thing is, he didn't. I actually CP'd it, so I get one more, got one through, and then Zak rolled a vulnerable save and survived. I did, however, manage to take out the Succubus that was down here. It came down to me needing to use a CP to get extra range on the entropy, not the entropy gun, whatever that guy's flamethrower thing is. And I took the last few wounds off that Succubus that way, after hitting her with mortars and all sorts of stuff. Entropy cannons, she still managed to just shrug it all off, and then the flamers took me out the end. Down here, my Death Shrouds, they actually managed to get off a 12-inch assault down here. They did the scything ability and killed, I think it was a 12 guys. Then Zak's failed leadership and he's down to 2. Down here, these Poxwalkers charged over here and they flamed them to death on the charge. Then Typhus made a charge, made it in, killed 1 and a bit guys, and then Typhus was actually brought down. I'm not entirely sure that was kind of worth it. Probably was better off waiting back with Typhus and just letting him come to me. But
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, like it would have just probably meant more.
I was going to charge you anyway.
Yeah, so either way, I think probably killing the one guy may even actually be better, but I don't know. Down here, this has just been the most unyielding, undying raider of all time. I've shot all this stuff at it at nothing. I flamed it with these guys, nothing. They charged it, re-rolled the charge with the CP, failed again. Just unable to drop this raider at all, which could end up being the bane of my existence in this game. So yes, that's the end of my turn. At the moment, I'm 1 kill in front of Zak for attrition. So if he kills one of my units, then attrition will go to 0 for me. Next turn, basically I have to hold this objective to get 5 points. I've pushed Zak off that one.
15
Yeah, because he does. He holds more. Because he's on this one just, and he's on this one with those guys, which are OBSEC, but they should be dead next turn. So I might end up scoring more late game objectives if I'm lucky. See what happens. But we're into Zak's turn, so good luck, Zak. Okay, so Zak's movement. He's got the witches out of this vehicle, move them up, then he's moved the vehicle up, getting ready to assault over here. These guys have done the eviscerating flyby onto the Terminators, killed one and taken a single wound off another. These guys have advanced down the board here. I'm going to take a guess and say they're going to assault them. Maybe not. Over here he's got some Venoms, he's getting them in position to shoot some blasters at vehicles, I'm guessing. And over here to hold this objective.
6 points
And
right there. He's going to get
that guy
blasted.
I had a feeling he was going to get me in trouble actually once the guys charged away from him, but I think I did the right choice getting them over there. They've got the homunculus dudes coming at them. What do they call it? Homoxites or whatever?
Yeah.
And then over the back there we've also got the two guys that pulled out of combat, but they're staying on the objective zone because they are not silly. So at the moment, yep, Zak is on 3 objectives. So again, this turn I'm going to be trying to kill him off objectives if I'm not dead. So
Oh, you won't be dead.
Yeah, well,
You'll have so much stuff left.
yeah. Anyways, all right, Zak, try and kill me. Let's do this. So the charge phase. Zak has charged this Plagueburst crawler here. Down here, the Homoxites. I think that's what they're called. That's just what we'll call them. They've charged the Blightlords. Not the Blightlords, the Death Shrouds, and Venom's also charged them.
More like the Dead Shrouds.
The Dead Shrouds, whatever. Down here, we've got the Witches and the Raider have charged both the Terminator and the Plagueburst Crawler. And the Bikes have also charged a Plagueburst Crawler. So I should shut down a lot of my shooting next turn. Down here, these guys have charged the... What's we call it, guys? Those dudes.
Zombie.
Yes. So, sweet. Alright, Zak's turn. So pretty brutal turn. Over here, one Terminator got brought down, another one is down to 2 wounds. They swung back and smashed the shit out of the Homoxites. There's one left after failing leadership. Down here, the Terminators got wiped out, and the vehicles, one's down to 6 wounds, one's down to 3. Basically, all I can do with them this turn is just shoot in combat, and I can't even shoot the Plagueburst mortars. Sadly, over here, it's a similar situation, except this vehicle got no damage. I actually didn't roll him back. He's damaged back. So quickly see if he...
Ooh, the excitement is palpable.
Oh, it's terrible. Everyone was just on the edge of their seat there. So now it's into my turn. I think basically this will decide the game because I score no primaries this turn, and next turn I may not get any as well, in which case that's basically the game right there. There's no way I can come back. So we'll see how we go. In terms of movement, these are the only units that can actually do anything movement-wise. I've got the Poxwalkers onto this objective. These guys have just wandered up. The Terminators are in shooting range. One of the Terminators is in shooting range of the guys on that objective down there. Demon Prince has spun around here. He's going to probably try and do some psychic abilities on either of them. I'm not sure what. Yeah, so then that dude will shoot his pistols in a second in combat. We'll see how that goes. So, first thing we'll do is the killing one. Left. That's the one. That's gone. So we'll pick a unit, 7 D6s that need to exceed your toughness. So the Venom will be down to toughness of 4. So we'll see how that goes.
What's your range?
8 inches.
8?
18.
No. Oh, right. Never mind, I'm a fucking retard, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not within like 6 of me?
Well, that guy is, and that guy is.
Yeah. I didn't just completely miss the pox, the plague burst roll.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot at this one.
Yep.
It is war charge of 6.
Is it the closest or just within 8?
Anyone within 18. Oh, sorry, no. Closest enemy within 18. Which is probably him. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whoop. He's definitely close enough to bump him. It goes off.
7.
And needing to get 5 and 6s. Oh, he's got a couple. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So 3 mortal wounds.
Left.
Sick. Okay. Excellent. So I'll go into my shooting phase now, and then we'll be back once we do some shooting and assaults. I'm looking forward to this shooting actually. Well, you know what? Let's do that right now. They're going to shoot the him oxide.
Take that pleasure away from you.
He takes 4 auto hits. He takes 1 save.
Oh, I guess I don't die.
Yeah.
So 6 up,
No.
and 5 up, and then I ignore the win.
Yeah, you do.
Wasn't that fun?
That was fun. I was excited. But now I can kill you in combat. Is it per phase that ignore the first damage, or is it per turn?
It's probably phase.
Yeah, if it's phase, it's even better. Anyways, all right, and yeah, all right, we'll do the rest of it. All right, end of turn 3. We're actually going to call it. Zak has murdered the Fart Man with flames. Down here, this tank's gone now, so he's basically able to just go around. Essentially, over here, he's got guys on this objective secured again. In terms of killing each other, I'd probably still have a little bit of punch. I'll probably be able to wipe out most of the guys on this side of the table. This side of the table I will not be able to, but I'm just too far behind on points to actually get anywhere. So that's the game. We'll sit down, have a little chat, and talk about how we failed. Well, I failed. Sweet. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully the video turns out well because I was doing a new short report format. I think as well it let us concentrate on the game a little bit better. We got a bit more
Except for turn
into it.
1.
Yeah, exactly. And then the only problem is I still forgot to do half of my important stuff at the start of the game. Didn't hinder me too much, but I did notice a lot of bits that could have been better.
It wouldn't have mattered that much at all.
It wouldn't have mattered that much, but it would have been nice to at least have another CP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, anyways, shit happens. Accidents happen. I was hoping to be able to do a few more mortal wounds on some things, but anyways, doesn't matter. That was a mistake on my behalf. I wear that one and fully accept it. In terms of lists-wise, I think my list that I was doing today is not the list I normally run with my Death Guard in this new codex. It was something I was testing out, and I kind of liked it. I don't think I had enough maneuverability though. I think if I had some Blight drones, something like that, could be in there, would be good. Maybe even take 2 patrols for 2 Demon Princes. With a bit of winged action there, would be cool.
Or even just outflanking squad of Poxwalkers.
Could have done that too. But maneuverability I just did not have. And against an army like Drukhari that just owns it, that was going to always be an uphill battle for me. I was still happy though with my resilience, considering a lot of your stuff ignores my toughness completely, and a lot of your stuff relies on getting lots of 2 damage on different armies, whereas my army kind of reduces that to nothing. So that I felt comfortable with my army. There was probably a few little deployment problems I did too. That kind of cost me, but again, I accept that. Zak, realistically, you didn't really do anything wrong at all. You basically played for the mission, which you should have.
I should have just picked Poison Tongue for my Venoms, going but I was to face Death Guard again, because the overcharge is not worth it. I thought it was 1 model win, but it's D3, and on a 6 wound vehicle, you can't.
Yeah, you'll kill your vehicles pretty quick if you, because it's per gun as well. So if you roll
that's why I was doing them separate colours.
Yeah. So if you roll like your 3 and your 3, and each of them has a 1 to wound, isn't it? The 1 to wound.
Ah, I thought it was to hit. My bad.
Could be to hit, either one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the grab bikes were my MVP.
They went ape shit. They were 2 of them could roll for the thing. They rolled 6s, did D3 mortal wounds. Both did the full 6, so that tank just took 6 damage straight up. Like boom.
And they also fucked on someone when they dropped the caltrops. It was the other tank. They did like 4 mortal wounds, which when there's only 6 of them, that's really cool.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, and they just got stuck in there, and
they ended up killing the tank in combat. They were good. I've got a squad of 9 of them up there, which I'm going to either use as 3 squads of 3 or 1 big squad of 9. Yeah.
And pretty good for 10 points each.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes soon, hey? Looking at 20 points soon.
Yeah, the witches were good. It's just a shame that you killed the succubus.
Yeah,
the see her in action.
In all honesty, though, when it comes to the succubus, you need to shoot it off the table as quickly as you can, because that thing will get in combat and kill anything. And then there's also that strat now as well, where you can drop it on something, so poisoned actually works on vehicles. Yeah, so 2+ the wound on a vehicle sucks.
And she's got the old 6-inch consolidate with any direction.
Yes. Yeah, so she can just kill something, go back onto an objective or something like that. There's got usually so many options with her.
Just fight and then leave combat, essentially, because then you can't attack back. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
It's horrible doing that to people. But otherwise,
Death Shrouds are MVP for you, definitely.
Yeah, when they get into combat, they can either really hit hard with the eviscerating main one, where you only get the base attacks. Neg 1 to hit, which takes you back to neg 3. But then you've also got your strat, which you can drop on them to give them +1 to hit again, so you can hit them on 2s again. And that's the high damage output, high AP. Or against Horde, you can just roll those ridiculous amount of dice. They just cut through men like nothing. That one squad over the back, I think that they wiped out probably all up for the game, maybe about 20 guys, maybe more.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that being said, the witches, when they got stuck into those 2 remaining guys, they just destroyed them.
That unit was not MVP, they did nothing.
Yeah. They failed to charge twice and then die.
So note is, don't paint your Death Shroud, because when they're painted, they fail.
Yeah.
But even with the Flamers, because they flamed a squad off the table, they were just ridiculous. They just gained everything. Yeah. Probably 30 even guys they want to kill. Yeah. They killed out the Homoxlites.
Yeah,
they
and
just
then the big 19, and then it's like another 5 dudes by themselves.
Yeah. So. Oh, it was maniacs.
Yep.
But yeah, Wrecking Ball. They're a squad I've actually been considering running as a squad of 5. But you're looking at 250 points plus the thing, which is 265, which I think that's worth it, to be honest. 2 squads of 5 of them, worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, MVP for you was definitely the bikes. And the Archon did alright for hitting a vehicle. He took like, I think, 8 wounds or something. Altogether. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Strategy wise, what do you feel worked and didn't work?
Overcharging my guns didn't work. Other than that, everything else worked great. I set a little trap out for his Demon Prince with my plane, because I knew that he'd hopefully go for it.
There's nothing else.
Taking him out of the game, essentially. So that way I'd be racking up, holding more, and also getting my table quarters.
I actually expected to kill that plane. I'm not going to lie. I had the attacks, I had the damage.
Well, when you got a 6-up invulnerable and you roll it, it's probably up.
Yeah, I know, right? That's good now with the vehicles getting in combat as well.
Yeah.
They never used to, so something good they get. And I'll turn 4 onward, I think it's 5 up. Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah, all up, not bad. Thank you for the game. It was nice to play against the Drukhari. I still have not had a chance to play my Drukhari with the new rules. I've written up so many goddamn lists that I'm looking forward to it. But I do hear that Matt is going to be wanting to play a game against me soon with his new army.
Space Wolves.
No, something else.
Blood Angels.
Oh, I do believe they're power armored, but that's all we're going to say for now. But anyways, thank you for the game again. We are done. Until next time. Please leave in the comments about whether you like the battle reports being shorter. Because we may even do different series where we just have lots of short ones and maybe a couple of long ones here and there. But anyways, comments. Thank you. And have a good day. Bye-bye.